Good morning to you laddies, my name is Jacksepticeye and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program! Now, I know what you're thinking, a lot of things right now. This is really soon after the last one and I have a reason for that. My last episode of Kerbal Space Program was crap. I admit that, I know that. I rushed out that episode because a number of things happened when I was recording it. I was doing it and lots of stuff was going right and I was making a great episode and then my whole recording equipment failed. And I lost like 40 minutes worth of footage and then I felt really stressed for time. I was kind of pissed off, I was a bit flustered, so I rushed through the episode and I didn't get anything done. It was a whole episode of failure and I didn't do anything right. And you guys were dead right to dislike that video and call me on my bullshit because that wasn't a very good episode and I can do better and you guys deserve better in my videos. So this time, I know how to build a space plane properly. You guys were right. Everything I was doing, it was all wrong because my engines were above my wings. That was literally the only thing that I needed to change on my rocket last time, and it would have worked. I went back in after people were saying that, I was like, it can't just be the engines making that much difference. And I went back in and it was. The engines were on top of my wings and they were pushing my plane into the ground, and that's why I wouldn't take off. So I'm gonna try this time, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna try and try again. I'm not gonna build it very big first. Let me close my frickin' window, I forgot. People making noise outside. Assholes! Also, if you guys have been noticing in some of my videos lately that there's like really weird green kind of flickering on the screen, I don't know what that is. I started using new recording software and it works perfect for almost every game, but for some reason Kerbal Space Program, and I think it was Plants vs Zombies as well, it started to go really weird. And I don't know what it is. It's not like that in the recording, it's just why Sony Vegas picks it up. It's weird. God damn it, Sony Vegas. Okay, that might be okay for now. My lift is slightly behind because my thing is kind of long. That's what she said. I wish. I've seen some planes that the Kerbal Space Program team have actually put together and the center of lift is kind of on top of the mass. And I'm pretty sure that it's supposed to be on top or behind, never in front, because then your whole plane's just gonna go pfft. So, I think that's okay for now. Now, wheels. Wheels are the big thing. Wheels are what kill me every single time when I make these things. Maybe put these little guys on. The thing with the wheels is that the wheels can't be too far back either, because if they're behind your center of lift, because the lift is where it tilts. It's like your fulcrum, I think. So if it's behind that, then you're trying to tilt, but you're just forcing your wheels into the ground and it won't go anywhere. Oh, that's a bit dodgy now, because the wheels on this are a bit far forward. So it might scratch the bottom. We'll see how this works. We'll see how this goes. Am I staging right? Yeah. Okay. Please, for the love of Jebediah. Oh, she's sitting nice in the runway. She's sitting beautiful. Right now, go! Oh yes. Oh yes! I like it! I feel good about this episode! It's taken off on its own! I didn't even press anything! Do you guys realize what that means? I've actually created a perfectly aerodynamic plane without having to do anything. The wheel in the front looks absolutely ridiculous, but still, I just let that go down the runway and it lifted on its own. I seriously didn't press anything. Awesome! Off to a great start. This is a good base plane. You know why? Because it looks like those paper airplanes you always make when you're a child. You throw them and they glide perfectly. Well, not the ones I made. The ones I made just went whoo, woo, and down onto the ground. And everyone made fun of me. And then I wet my pants. Not really. What are we talking about? Ah, sexy plane! Fucking love planes! Doesn't this just look awesome? Well, apart from its big hairy chin here. But it looks good. It looks nice. I've no tail fins to actually use my rocket when these detach. But this thing has... oh, I can't remember the name of it! This thing has something in it. It's an LTV-45 or something. I don't know. I'm not a rocket scientist. Especially not a Kerbal one. But we do have Jebediah! Awesome! But this, it has thrust vectoring. I'm just gonna say that because it makes me sound smart. But it turns on its own. So when you launch this engine, it can actually, like, steer itself a little bit. So that might work instead of fins. The only thing is that these engines are using this fuel. So this is going to use a lot of fuel really quickly. The goal for this episode, by the way, is to create a plane that detaches its wings, turns into a rocket that I can fly, and then get into a stable orbit. That's it. That's the goal for the entire episode. It's not to get my rocket into space at all. It's to actually get up and get into an orbit and go around the Earth. And maybe crash back into it. Who knows? I might put a parachute actually on the end of this and then land properly. That could be awesome, and you guys would be so proud of me, and so would my ma. I'll call to her later. So we're gonna go, like, off up into space until these engines cut out. But the thing you gotta be careful with is that when you have a certain design, it wants to pull back like that all the time. So I'm gonna have to, like, cut back on my engines a small bit so it's not forcing itself that way. It kind of counteracts that. But then you kind of lose that power and you lose speed or whatever. But we're still going up. Because when you get to a certain height, these engines cut out. And that's when I'm going into space. How high am I? Oh, I'm so damn high. Goody blazing. Oh, do I? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Now go! Go, rocket! Go, rocket! Full power! Full thrust! It worked! Awesome! The only problem is now trying to get enough fuel to get into space and actually get into an orbit. Because an orbit is not just getting into space. You gotta round it out as well, so you actually circumvent the entire planet. Circumvent? Circumnavigate? Circumnavigate, yeah. Shut up! I gotta get this to 100. Ugh. This is not going well. I'm at 50, and I'm almost out of fuel already. But no, I'm not! I have fucking half my fuel left. Because when I get into this, getting out into the orbit isn't that hard. You only have to burn for like 20 seconds. So as long as I can get out to 100 and then have at least a quarter tank left, am I going to be able to do this in my first try? I think so. And cut the engine. There we go. This is lemon squeezy. So I'm actually in space. Yeah, this is going to work. Oh god, 20 seconds left on this. Okay, I'm going to have to burn for 1 minute and 10 seconds. That's not a lot. I have the fuel for that. This is going to be awesome. Jeb, look out to the stars. It's awesome, right? We're going 700 meters a second. You are a little bullet of a Kerbal right now. But that's okay. That's fine. That's what we need you to be. So seeing as I'm like all awesome and shit, I think that I'm going to do this in my first try. I'm going to get out into an orbit. It's going to be awesome. And I'm going to try and round it out as best I can because I hate elliptical orbits. I want them to be perfectly circular because I like the Earth and its spherical shape. But after this, then I'm going to make a badass rocket. Like a big-ass plane with a big-ass rocket on top. It's not going to work, but sure, we'll see what happens. Oh, Nelly! We got out here right on time. We almost ran out of fuel. Okay, so we're going to go out to here and add another maneuver because then it'll round it out into a perfectly circular orbit. 241 and 219. That is good enough, people. Perfect orbit from a plane. I launched from a runway. Not a space dock hangar thing. I launched from a runway up into the air, separated my wings, and went into space. Virgin Atlantic, eat your arse out. So I kind of ran out of fuel, and I wanted to make a descent back into Earth. I guess I did it, but I wanted to land in this circular thing over here because it's cool. It's like a big nipple on the planet. But I can't, so now I'm gonna land. I'm gonna land in Africa. Nice! I'm coming to see you, African buddies! Even though it's not Africa, it's Kerbin Africa, but still, it looks like Africa. Jebediah entering the atmosphere, penetrating that bitch! Here we go, Jeb! Look at that flamey goodness! Lucky that this thing isn't full of fuel anymore, or we would explode. Jeb, by the way, you're not gonna survive this. I'm sorry, I don't have a parachute for you. But it's okay. Next time I will. Next time you're gonna survive this. It's gonna be a great old time. We're gonna reminisce. Okay, well, back to the drawing board. There we have it. The sexiest plane you're gonna see all day. Not sure if this is gonna work. The wheels are my biggest issue in this game. I never know where to put them, and I have so many engines on this thing, I can't go for the same method as last time, because when the thing pulls back, this is gonna scrape off the ground. But these just have enough clearance out here, but I don't know if they're in the right spot. We're gonna find out sooner or later. I don't care anymore. I did it once. Now all I have to do is do it on a bigger scale, and I'd be happy. I'd be delighted. Okay, so when I launched, a bit of my fuel is gone already. How does that make sense? Why is that fair? I have no control surfaces on my wings. God damn it! I keep forgetting that stuff. You're not gonna be able to pull up. You have nothing to pull up with. You have no control surfaces. All you're gonna do is crash. Oh, Nelly. Oh, God. Hey! We're okay! That's what I wanted to do anyway. I mean, oh, you thought I wanted to go up into the air. No, I just wanted to turn around and face back this way. Oh, I gotta be careful about this. Ah, no! Crap! I can't take off well enough. I can't get it up. I can get it up in the air now, but the engine's gone. This is just stupid now. This is just a bullet once the wings disappear. Oh, how am I gonna fix that? Okay, it's shorter, and I don't think that that's gonna make a difference. Because it's basically the same thing, just shorter now. The thing is still gonna smack off the ground. If I could keep it... Hold on a minute. If I could keep that straight, going down the runway, if I could leave the runway, and I clear the ground, and then lift it. Because when I lift now... Oh! That works! Oh, Nelly! Oh, hush your mouth, Jack! You heathen! Fucking sexy! Oh, it's doing it! It's starting to tilt back on its own. So I'm gonna cut off the engines a small bit. So I don't have enough, I don't have as much thrust pushing me up. Just kinda, you gotta balance the throttle and level it out. There we go. That's good. That is good. Yes! I'm getting good at this! Well, better anyway. A lot of people want me to build planes as well to like circumnavigate the globe and like do a whole round the world trip, and that would be fun and everything, but that would only be fun on something like a stream. For something like a video, it's going to be boring as shit because I'm going to have to cut out a lot of like empty space where I'm not doing much. Okay, balance that out there. So I want to still go up, but not so much up that I end up flipping over. There we go. Oh, we're striking the balance now. If we can get to 100, when this turns to 1, I keep saying 100, but they're like 10,000 or 100,000. Yeah, it's actually 10,000, not 100,000 or anything. So when I get to that... Oh, are we starting to come back down? No, we're good. We're good. That SAS doing its job like a motherfucker. So when that changes to 1, I'm gonna like tilt up and then let my rocket off. Here we go, people! Here we go! I suppose I could just launch into this then. And... go! Oh, you motherfucker! You stupid bitch! Oh, that's great. Oh, that's fantastic. I shouldn't have done that. I'm only waiting until I get half that distance this time. Also, Sepatrons! Hopefully that these things will boost my wings away from me rather than crashing them into me. Get them away from me as fast as possible. I don't want them. I don't want to see them. Oh god. This thing is whacking out. Big planes. Hard to control. Who knew? Okay, we're almost halfway. Almost halfway. Go! Yes! Finally! Something went right. Jeez. Okay, now use this big ass engine to get into space. Hey, we actually did pretty okay. We have half fuel to get around the planet. Yay! And we are up where we need to be. All the way around. Let's do this! Success! I'm proud of this episode. Yeah! Accomplishments are us! But yeah, I am really sorry about the last one. It wasn't a good idea to upload a video where it's literally failure every moment. Like, the whole video was all failure. I know I say it's fun to dick around in games, you don't always need an objective, but you do need to accomplish something. And my goal for that video was not to explode all the time. If it was, then I accomplished it perfectly. But my goal was to actually get into space from a plane, and it just didn't work, so I'm very, very sorry about that. But this time, I did it! You guys can't complain this time. I actually did it right. Do you know what the best part about that is? Is that I know that I can't bullshit you guys. That you guys actually are smart, intelligent people, and you know that I can't just pull the wool over your eyes and create a shit video, upload it, and expect everyone to love it. I'm glad that that happened. I'm glad that... Oh, I have to burn for 25 seconds. I didn't know what was going on. I'm glad that people didn't just accept crap and just go with it and like it and say, Jack, you're the best. I'm glad that some people called me on my bullshit and called me on the fact that it was a crap episode. I like that. You guys are good. You guys are an awesome community. Well, we got into an orbit, but we're not going to get around into a circular one. I mean, I guess that's a circle because it goes around, but it's not perfectly circular. Well, there is no thing as perfectly circular. There's no such thing as a perfect circle. Well, except the band, which are awesome. But you can't get a perfect circle otherwise. I'm going to add maneuver. See if we can get that to round out. Oh, she's starting to round. 257, 251. That is about as close as you're going to get it, people. I might put on infinite fuel just for shits and giggles, just to get that circular orbit. Oh, well, I was only supposed to burn for a second, and I didn't realize that, so I kind of fucked it up. I made it worse, but I don't care. I'm in space. Orbit has been reached. We are awesome. Kerbals forever. Jeb, look, it's the sun, and it's the Earth. Can you see it? Well, it's the Kerbin. Yeah. Isn't that nice, Jeb? We're in space. Okay, well, I'm going to leave this video here. Things were accomplished. Things were done. Things were awesome. For those of you who don't really like the Kerbal Space Program episodes, I'm sorry that there was two almost in a row. They were very, very close together, but I had to rectify the last episode. I felt so bad after that one. After I put it up and people started disliking it and all the comments and everything, I was kind of like, yeah, this was kind of bad. And I felt really shitty about it, and I wanted to rectify it and get something up that you guys liked, that you guys were happy about and proud of, and I just spit everywhere like an absolute fountain of mess. But thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, punch that like button in the face like a boss! And high fives all round. Whoosh, whoosh. But thank you guys, and I will see all you dudes! You're gonna work. I have no control surfaces on my wings! Stupid! Who's it leaning that way? Everything is symmetrical on this fucking plane! And yet it still goes wow! Jeb? What are you doing on the outside, Jeb? Don't let go, Jeb! Jeb! No!